Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Bytes. It's Obi-Wan here. So in anticipation for the Orakuru launch tomorrow, I thought I'd group together some of the best questions and answers from the recent AMAs in order to give you guys a shot of some of the information that you may want to know about Orakuru and why I'm so bullish on this project. I think it's going to be a great launch. For those of you that don't know, Orakuru is an Oracle launching on Binance Smart Chain. It is the first project launching on through Kickpad. And so, yeah, so people are super hyped for this project and for good reason. So let's get straight to it. So some of the questions on Orakuru were about their company structure. So Orakuru has no CEO, no COO, and no human resources. So they're essentially a flat hierarchy. And the team said they found this to be quite liberating. So it's a pure meritocracy. There's no gatekeepers, no contracts, no hierarchy, no bureaucracy. Everyone and anyone is encouraged to kind of add value to the company and the systems. And so this is kind of using the DAO kind of philosophy. DAO standing for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. So essentially, yeah, not being run by a centralized person. It is kind of self. It manages itself, and so they're applying that to their company structure. And I think this is great. This is very in tow with their general company kind of structure as a community owned Oracle. The fact that the team is also running by those principles is great. Another question was on the external nodes. So are these operated by the community, and how does this work? And so the nodes work. Each node validators will run the Oracle software. The software will work with the data providers to pull in data. So it's community owned in the sense that the community is operating these nodes. The reputation system of the Orakuru core ensures the integrity of the data. So if a node is pushing out lots of inaccurate data and it's untimely, then their payment in Orakuru tokens is slashed, is reduced. And if they're pushing out lots of accurate data in a timely manner, then their payment is increased and they have a good APY. And so it's more profitable for the node. So that's how they manage the system. The advantage is quite simple. No big company has a large enough stake of the tokens to sway the network. The community literally owns it. It's not owned by centralized powers. And this is quite a big deal. So a lot of the big oracles right now are more centralized than people realize. And so I think Oracle is changing this. And yeah, I think how they're doing it is pretty cool. Another good question was about why they're on Binance Smart Chain and what kind of other blockchains they're looking to branch onto. So they they do plan on branching to other blockchains, but they chose Binance Smart Chain. Even I could answer this question. They chose Binance Smart Chain because it's the fastest growing network. You guys may know that PancakeSwap overtook Uniswap in terms of daily volume in a few weeks, and yeah, it's the fastest growing ecosystem. So they have a ton of dApps, and that's a great opportunity for companies like Orakuru to kind of really hedge themselves establish themselves in the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. A second reason was that Binance Smart Chain is much faster than Ethereum, so it's got faster block times. I think it's 30 seconds in Ethereum and 3 seconds in Binance Smart Chain. And the fees on Binance Smart Chain are like 10p, and on Ethereum it's like $50 per transaction. So that makes something like an Oracle, which is constantly pushing out data points, more attractive on Binance Smart Chain. And the third reason is the ecosystem is lacking for oracles and Binance Smart Chain. So the only competition they have, I think, is Bogged Finance and Berry Data. Berry Data not doing very well at the moment. Not a particularly innovative project in my view. Bogged oracles being the main competition, and I think Oracle is well placed to kind of out compete Bogged in a number of ways. So that's why Binance Smart Chain is a great platform for Orakuru, and yeah, they do plan on branching out to other blockchains in good time. Another great question was on their support for randomness. So randomness is an integral feature of Oracle. So a lot of companies like gaming companies, the gaming industry, heavily rely on random numbers that are verified on chain to work. And long story short, Orakuru will be integrating that approach. So they will be supporting randomness functions on the Oracle. Another question was on the centralized nature of the the nodes. So the idea being that the Orakuru core node, right, is giving the information to the smart contract. So people saying, well, the Orakuru core node is just one node. So that means that may mean that's kind of centralized, right? if Orakuru core node is held by the Orakuru network, then the Orakuru team, then I guess it's not very decentralized, and that's not the case. So each node at the beginning, as a proof of concept, will indeed be held by a close community member, but very soon, as in a number of weeks, not months, these nodes will be handed off to the community and validator pools. So it will be decentralized. Every node held under Orakuru isn't held under the Orakuru company, but the community, the DAO. So there is the Orakuru DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization. Every single node will be community operated and owned, and that's part of the reason why Orakuru is decentralized. So yeah, so it is decentralized. The Orakuru core is simply the piece of network that joins everything together, but it's not centralized. All right. There was a bit on self-eating innovation in the white paper. So it was about the community identifying value, and what they mean by this is basically the community will vote on what the hottest price feeds in the market are, and then they can vote on this, and if the vote gets through, then the platform will add that data feed. And so there are no backdoor decisions. The community vote on what the platform is adding, and so it's completely community driven. And so yeah, it's driven by the community and the community's votes. Another great question was on the challenges in the project. So Orakuru could fail in a number of ways. So there's marketing, right? Orakuru is a business, so their clients are dApps, decentralized applications. They need to win clients. If they don't win clients, they don't make money, the nodes aren't used, the whole project fails. Yeah, so that's one thing. Second thing is they can fail on decentralization. So if the community don't run the nodes, then there are no nodes, and if there are no nodes, there's no Oracle, and so there's no Orakuru. And three, they can fail on community. So if the community turns really toxic and loses control, it can go in the wrong direction, and it can really put off investors. And so, we can think of a number of ways that Orakuru is trying to kind of deal with this. I know already. So firstly, Orakuru's marketing, they're doing a ton of pre-marketing. So as you know, they haven't launched yet, and I've already made several videos on them. So they're doing a lot of pre-marketing. They're launching on Kickpad, which is one of the biggest launch pads on Binance Smart Chain. And yeah, they are already kind of branching out and establishing partners. So they're on track to be one of the top 5 oracles in terms of clients, which that's going to be about 35 to 50 clients by the end of the year. So that's a big deal, guys. So they are gearing up to be one of the big boys, and they're smashing the marketing and business development at the moment. 2, they have, so in terms of decentralization, they have 20 independent and grouped node validators ready to jump in and become validators, and documentation creators and advisors. So they've already got a massive kind of group of people ready to maintain the decentralized nature of the platform. 3, community. So there is so they are building a massive community, and this is a large problem. So in their Discord, they're building an army of talented developers, governors, advisors, and node validators, and they're already building that. That's going to be a big challenge for them, and I think their big challenge will come when they have their first proposal processes and vote. But I have every reason to believe that they're going to smash this, and I'm one of the people that's quite keen on being part of the community for this. I think this could be like the chain link of Binance Smart Chain. So that was a great question. And I think a final question is on security. So obviously, these oracles can be co-opted by foreign powers or big companies, shady people, and that they can end up giving false data to benefit some individual. So a couple of ways that we know that Orakuru is safe. So firstly, it's launched on Kickpad. Kickpad required projects to do like 3 audits, something like that. So they have been audited multiple times, and they have passed those audits very well. So that's one thing. Second thing is they're decentralized, so you'd have to take down all their nodes at the same time. Yeah, because they have about 21 individual nodes all contributing to the network. So if one gets down or attacked, if one goes down or gets attacked, then the others have a system uptime, which means that they can kind of take over that one's load. And so yeah, you'd have to take out a large number of their nodes at the same time to take down the network. And 3, they have a diversified data sources. So for each data type, each node is required to pull from multiple sources and average between those. So this means that it's even harder. So not only do you have to take out all the nodes, you have to take out the different data sources for each node. Each node being pulling data sources from different places. So it sounds like it's almost impossible to take down this network. Yeah, so those are some of the best questions from the Orakuru or AMAs recently. Again, Orakuru is going to be dope. It's going to be so hyped. Like, I think it's going to be a great launch. I see at least a 10x, 20x, and in the long term, 1,000x. I think it could hit the billions in terms of market cap, because this is really one for the community. So just to let you guys know, there is an AMA, a final AMA today. It will be on 100x Club. So yeah, so they will be doing a giveaway of a $200, 10 giveaways of $200. I think $200 worth of Orakuru tokens. I think um, for the AMA, for the best questions in the AMA. And so here's some details. So it will be 3 p.m. UTC time. It's going on today. So yeah, it's in the next kind of hour or two. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a great project. It's gonna be a great AMA. It's always good to learn a bit more about the project and talk to the developers. So I've started finding these really useful. So yeah, I will recommend coming down to that and hearing a bit more about them and what they're going to be doing. So yeah, I think that's the majority of what I wanted to cover for this video. Yeah, Orakuru is smashing it. They're launching tomorrow. They're going to be releasing the results of their whitelist sometime today, where we'll find out who's gotten through in the whitelist, and then they'll have the public sale tomorrow, which would people who have kickpad tokens, at least 1,000 kickpad tokens, will be able to access, and then they'll be launching in like tomorrow afternoon, late afternoon at some point. So that's all I had to say on Orakuru. Do kind of stay tuned on this project. I think it's going to be a great launch, and that's all for me so far. All right, guys, stay safe out there. Peace.